We're going to be talking about 8 things mentally strong people don't do. Right on time. We right on time today. 8 things mentally strong people don't do. We got 2 words of the day. I needed 2 today to explain some of this stuff that we will be talking about. So our word of the day is a growth mindset and a fixed mindset. Y'all ever heard of that? It's a difference. You either got a growth mindset or a fixed mindset. A growth mindset, these people think that in order to grow, these individuals embrace failures. They embrace constructive criticism. Somebody trying to tell them something. Maybe you should change this. Maybe you should do it this way. Constructive criticism. They embrace that, viewing them as lessons instead of a testament of who they are. So when a person is correcting them, they see that as a lesson. When they have a failure, they see that as a lesson, as part of the growth process. A person with a fixed mindset. People who believe their intelligence, their talents, and their personalities are fixed traits that cannot grow. This is how I am. A growth mindset says that this is not how I am, I'm evolving. So as I evolve, I'm going to learn new things. You don't believe what you believed when you were 11. You don't believe what you believed when you was 15. Because you evolved, your thinking evolved, and you grew. Remember when you used to believe in the tooth fairy? Santa Claus, Easter Bunny, saying of the day, your progress does not need to be seen or validated by other people. This talk is for educational purposes only and is not a substitute for professional advice. If you or someone you know is experiencing a mental health crisis, substance abuse use, or suicide, contact 988. 988 is available now 24/7 nationwide and staffed by trained crisis counselors who are just a text or a call away. I'm glad they did that. You can even text them now. Yeah, that's good. Make it convenient. Yeah. Oh, she gave it to you? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just call somebody, man. Just to talk to them. Yeah. Get it off your chest, man. Good thing. Oh, God. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. 8 things mentally strong people don't do. Number 1, they don't bottle their emotions. Mentally strong people do not bottle their emotions because we all human beings, and if you feel in a certain way, don't suppress it because that's going to end up hurting you, and it's definitely going to hurt your mental. Hiding emotional pain comes from a place of fear. Hiding emotional pain comes from a place of fear. The person may fear judgment, ridicule, or social rejection. By choosing to hide their emotions may lead to strong, unresolved feelings with lasting effects. So just by choosing to hide your emotions can lead to strong, unresolved feelings with lasting effects. Fear and mental strength have a complex relationship. So fear and mental strength have a complex relationship, meaning that just because you have mental strength does not mean you don't have fear. Everybody has fear. Everybody has fear. The only difference is people who are mentally strong work at acknowledging, accepting, and navigating through their fear, and they try not to let it get in the way of them living their lives. When your fear is getting in the way of you living your life or going after opportunities, you are stuck. A fear of success. A fear of success will keep you at a job that don't appreciate you and don't pay you enough money. Yep. Fear of success. Fear of success will keep you in a failed, toxic relationship and not pursue one that's healthy. 8 things mentally strong people don't do. They don't live in the past. We talk about that a lot. Mentally strong people do not live in the past. Whether they're big or small, regrets don't escape anyone, and being remorseful is a good thing as it allows us to correct our actions. So whether they're big or small, regrets don't escape anyone. We all have regrets. Every person living and breathing have regrets, and being remorseful, showing empathy is a good thing as it allows us to correct our actions. Thinking about the past in a healthy, productive way allows us to grow into our best selves. But when that thinking turns into rumination, and rumination again is just thinking on something that is negative or toxic over and over and over again, there's no value in that. But it turns into rumination. For people that are mentally strong, they work at letting go and accepting past situations and progressing forward. So whatever happened in your past, chalk it up. Because guess what? You can't change it. You can't change it. Forgive yourself, forgive other people, and move on. Forgive yourself. Anybody that did anything to you in your past, whether they be dead or alive, forgive them and move on, because forgiving them helps you. 8 things mentally strong people don't do. Number 3, they are not easily influenced by others. Anybody else feel like that? Not easily. I still haven't seen Game of Thrones. Haven't tried that Popeye's chicken sandwich yet. I don't do none of those challenges. Now they got the challenges online and people jump on them. I don't do none of that crap, man. They are not easily influenced by others. Following crowds and letting others influence you indicates a weak sense of self. Following crowds and letting others influence you indicates a weak sense of self, because those who are mentally strong are not ones to follow crowds and jump on bandwagons, because they are firm in who they are. They understand that we as human beings should not let peer pressure drive our actions or our beliefs. These people are less likely to find themselves roped into something they aren't comfortable with, because people who are easily manipulated by other people find yourself roped up into something that has nothing to do with you. Have you involved with something that does not have your name written on it. 8 things mentally strong people do not do. Number 4, they don't let people overstep their boundaries. Being able to set boundaries is directly related to having high self-esteem. People with low self-esteem have poor boundaries. People who are mentally strong are aware of their own boundaries, whether that is personal, professional, or emotional, or anything else. Establishing and enforcing, that's the important part. Establishing but also enforcing boundaries helps your mental well-being and keeps others aware of your needs. 8 things mentally strong people don't do. Number 5, they're not married to their way of looking at things. They're not married to their way of looking at things. So what it says is that these people who are mentally strong, they don't mind changing their paradigm. We've been talking about that. A paradigm is how you see the world. Depending on how you was raised, it's going to depend on how you see the world. And when you have a paradigm shift, that means some new information came in that changes the way you look at the world. Then you get growth. Y'all see what I'm talking about? Yeah. So I get some new information. I was looking at things this way, and then I read a book. And it gives me some more insights, some more tools, some more information, and I incorporate that into my thinking. That's why people that read books are so damn intelligent, because they always learning new information. And that information changes the way they look at the world and the way they think. Ignorant people have a fixed mindset. They don't want to grow. This is how I am. This is how I was raised. Even though they know it's wrong, they'll keep doing it. Doesn't make sense. But you keep selling crack and you keep going to prison. I know, because my mama, she sold crack and went to prison. And my dad sold crack and went to prison. All my brothers sold crack and went to prison. But you know it's wrong. But that's just the way I am. You're going to stay in that situation. Yeah, and you're going to stay in that mindset. That's a fixed mindset. Even though people with high levels of mental strength have a strong sense of self and are still open-minded to other people's perspectives and even often reevaluate their ideas and beliefs. The difference is that this reevaluation is eternal and based on newly acquired insights and perspectives and not peer pressure. People who are mentally strong are open to new perspectives and believe that they are fuel for growth. 8 things mentally strong people don't do. Number 6, they don't blame others for their mistakes. Take responsibility for your own life, for the things that you do and you don't do. Take responsibility for the things you say and the things you don't say. That's a mentally strong person. They don't blame others for their mistakes. People who are mentally strong do not play the blame game. They take ownership of their actions and they recognize that their emotions, their thoughts, and ideas are their own rather than trying to blame others for influencing them. You can't blame other people for dumb decisions that you make. And if you fall for what they talking about, then that's your fault. If you fail for their game, that's your fault. Your weakness. You can't get mad at nobody for that. Every time you hook up with a woman because you don't have no discernment, you wind up with a Jezebel. Oh, that used to be me, brother. That used to be you. Who else that used to be in recovery? Because I'm in recovery. I'm in recovery from Jezebel. Yeah, I'm telling you, bro. If she had a big butt and a smile, that's it. I'm telling you. Pretty with a big butt and a smile was a weakness. Yeah, that's all I noticed. And then 2 or 3 months later, you realize this is a nasty person.
We want to tell her how. She told my come in, man,
Nasty.
I'm like, man, you look good. But when you go home, just
Go to the house. Clothes everywhere.
got front room all in the
Oh, man. They don't blame others for their mistakes. People who are mentally strong do not play the blame game. They take ownership of their actions, and they recognize their emotions, thoughts, and ideas are their own rather than trying to blame others for influencing them. They have trained themselves to focus on progress and problem solving rather than dwelling on things that are out of their control, such as what or who might have put them in an unfavorable light. Because you're going to get some situations, man, where people is, even some people that you think supposed to love you, not going to support you. You're going to get some situations, man, you might have a job interview and somebody might show up late and to pick you up, to take you there, and you don't get the job interview. Do not let none of that stuff stop you. I don't care what it is, man. If somebody fail you, if somebody don't come through for you, if somebody break a promise or an agreement that they make, do not let that stop you. Because a lot of times when that happens, we get discouraged. Oh, don't nobody support me. Don't nobody love me. Ain't nobody helping me. And we go sit down. Don't do that. Get up for yourself. Don't sit down on yourself. Do not sit down on yourself. No matter who's supporting you or encouraging you, you do it for yourself. Because one thing I hope we do in the mornings is this stuff is encouraging. I try not to come in here with something that's going to have you leave about this room feeling low. I don't want to come in here and do some talks on the state of the world. We all be saying they're not obsessed with perfection. Perfectionism, people who they got to control everything. Everything got to be perfect. Everything got to be right. Man, that's obsession. That's just as bad as people who got to wash their hands until they leave. They're not obsessed with perfection. People who are mentally strong have a healthy relationship with failure and continuously learn from their mistakes. However, although they are not perfectionists, they do strive to become better. The difference is in that they strive to become better in comparison to their past selves and not better in comparison to others. Let me say that again. The difference is in that they strive to become better in comparison to their past selves. So they're just trying to be better than the person they was yesterday, opposed to trying to be better than a person that they're looking at. You ain't in competition with nobody in this program. You in competition with you yesterday. You need to be a better person than what you was yesterday. It ain't got nothing to do with other people. It got to do with how can I be a better person? Every single day I wake up, I want to strive to be a better person. And I ain't going backwards. I'm not going back to what I used to be. It's either we're gonna marinate and appreciate what we doing right now, or we moving forward. But I ain't never going backwards. And nobody ain't ever gonna pull me back to what I used to be. My only competition is with myself. Some people say, well, that's how I get motivated. I see somebody buy a new car, and I say, well, now I need to go get me a new car. Well, you know what? That's not my motivation. What you doing? Now I'm using you as the yardstick of my life. Come on, man.
I said that yesterday too, because, you know, like going to my room. That was just, well, everybody was looking at that and, you know, lifting me up, but I wasn't lifting up myself. So, baby, I told my old lady, she got all her dreams. She's like, you know what? I said, nah. I said, because I want to be me. I don't want to be, you know, faster than everybody looking at it. So, okay, you got
Right.
I want to just be me.
Yeah.
I want to be me.
And you can get a wrong impression with that. You can make somebody think you got something that you really don't have.
Yeah. And you know, and it's like, you know, I'm doing this like that. I'm not doing it. I'm doing it for other people. Not doing it for myself. You know? Right. I see what you're saying. Yeah. The same thing with people who buy a car. Yeah. They spend $2,000 on the car, so or $3,000 on the car. Then they go get a $3,000 paint job. Then they go get $3,000 wheels and rims. Then they go out and get like a $3,000 entertainment system and speakers and all that other stuff. That's not for them. That ain't for them. Because if you in your car, you want the music to sound good inside your car so you can enjoy it. You ain't trying to entertain the whole neighborhood.
People who are mentally strong have a growth mindset versus a fixed mindset. In order to grow, these individuals embrace failures and constructive criticism, viewing them as lessons rather than a testament to who they are as people. 8 things mentally strong people don't do. Number 8, they don't fear their own company. Sometimes you need to learn to be alone. Yeah, learn to be alone, because there's some people, when they get alone, they get depressed. They don't like to be alone with themselves. They don't care who they bring around. I gotta go get somebody. I'm gonna go get a prostitute or something. I can't be by myself. Learn how to be by yourself sometimes, man. I'm not saying that we want to be by ourselves because we're gonna always be by ourselves. No. See, let me tell you something, man. One of the worst things, at least for me, I don't know about y'all. One of the worst things that happened in my life as it relates to relationships is when a woman comes along and she's beautiful and she don't have no baggage. She's available. She's digging you. She's ready. But you're not. To run in a quality woman, a high value woman who's ready for you, but you're not ready for her, is a crushing feeling. And what that'll say, if you're smart. Because if you're ready, you ain't got to worry about getting ready. If you stay ready, you ain't got to worry about getting ready. That ever happened to you as a person, and you say to yourself, you know what, I need to start working on myself like right now. So the next time that happens, the next time I get into the situation where I'm in front of a high value woman, I'm a high value man, and I can deal with it. Because when you got baggage, bro, you got about 6 girls you juggling, you ain't got no real job, no real income. Right. You still got to get your driver's license. You still got to get a car. You still got to get a crib. Come on, man. Imagine running into your dream woman while you still in this situation. And that could happen. That could happen. Every person sitting in the chair can run into their dream woman. This year. This month. I'm telling you, man, that's why it's best to get you together. Once you get yourself together, you can have your choice. You can pick and choose after that. Because you know you on your stuff. You know you did your work. You ain't just going to accept anything and any and everything into your life to mess it all up. So they don't fear their own company. Some people, time spent alone can be difficult because it invites loneliness, obsessive thoughts, and other insecurities to bubble up to the surface. For people who are mentally strong, time alone is time to reflect, relax, and get to know themselves better. Final thought. Being mentally strong is a skill that anyone can develop. Let me say it again. Being mentally strong is a skill that anyone can develop. What's been learned can be unlearned. And everything mentioned are things you can work on to improve your mental strength, just like working out improves physical strength. Any questions, concerns, or comments, y'all? It's my desire and my hope that everybody has a successful outcome from this program. I'm going to do everything I can to set you up for success. You got me. That's every person in here. You got me. So you don't have to worry about anything. You got me. I'm aboard. Do your thing and just rise above the fray. Stay above the fray. That's all I'm asking. Stay above the fray. If y'all can't get along, that's your problem, because I'm going to have to start making decisions. I'm going to have to make decisions. And you're going to force me to do it. And there's no reason for you not to get along. Everybody should be getting along and supporting each other.
You know what? Everybody should get along. Y'all grown-ass men. You know what I'm saying? Grown-ass men.
Come on. Come on, man. We don't have time to not get along, brothers. We do not have time to not get along. We do not have enough time to not get along. So everybody should be supporting everybody. And if you don't like somebody or get along with somebody, just avoid them. That's all. I ain't saying you got to love everybody, like everybody. Avoid them if you don't like them. That's all. And if they bother you, come talk to me. But don't come to me with no stuff, man. I'm telling you, don't come to me with that stuff, man. That silly stuff. Come to me with real stuff. All right, any questions, concerns, or comments, y'all? All right, y'all have a good day.